Have you ever noticed how so many modern workplaces just try to force fit people into these rigid, predefined boxes? No wonder we're seeing so much burnout and disengagement, right? Well, today we're diving into an explainer on a fantastic June 2026 report by Chiara Parazzini for Happywise. We're going to completely rethink how we manage and develop our teams, literally from the ground up, to unlock some serious human potential.
So, the famous artist Michelangelo once said something incredible. He said he was simply liberating his sculptures. To him, the masterpiece, the figure, was already inside that block of marble. And this metaphor, it completely flips how we view talent. Instead of thinking we have to mold someone from scratch, it tells us the masterpiece is actually already standing right there in the room with us.
Think about your role not as a manufacturer on an assembly line, but as a sculptor. Your real job isn't projecting your own ambitions onto someone or forcing a standard model. It's to just listen, observe, and carefully chip away all the fear, the friction, and the self-doubt that's hiding a person's unique potential. You aren't injecting the talent into them. You're just revealing it.
Psychologists Rusbold and Dragotis actually named this exact phenomenon the Michelangelo Effect. They found that our behavior towards someone literally shapes who they become. Basically, if you consistently treat a person as if they are highly capable, you create the exact perfect conditions for that potential to just burst through. If you treat someone like a rock star leader, they are naturally going to step right into that capability.
Okay, let's jump straight into Section 1, the science of flourishing.
When we adopt this sculpting mindset, we make sure people aren't just producing, but they're truly thriving. Flourishing means functioning at your absolute best, and sustainable high performance relies on this through the PERMA model. It means actively nurturing positive emotions, fostering deep engagement where people find their flow, building genuine relationships, connecting everyday tasks to a deeper meaning, and actually celebrating accomplishments. When a leader does all that, you're actively crushing those massive organizational costs of burnout and turnover.
But here's the really crucial point. Our expectations hold so much raw power. It's a two-way street. The Pygmalion effect proves that setting high expectations opens doors, builds confidence, and gets you exceptionally high performance. But, and this is a big warning, there's also the Gollum effect. If you have low expectations, you will absolutely stifle growth and guarantee poor results.
To really fuel this growth, a sculptor leader needs to feed 3 core psychological needs drawn from the self-determination theory. You have to give people autonomy so they actually own their work. You need to build their confidence so they feel effective, and you need to foster relatedness. By hitting those 3 targets, you strip away the awfulness of micromanagement and let their own intrinsic motivation just take the wheel.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, subtract, not just add. Let's see how the actual sculpting begins.
It seems like contemporary leadership is always asking, what more can I give? Let's pile on some new objectives, endless KPIs, a bit more pressure. But the Michelangelo leader? They ask something totally different. What is blocking this person right now? They actively subtract. They strip away the red tape, the crazy deadlines, and the self-doubt. Honestly, taking things away is often far more powerful for human development than just adding more stuff to the pile.
Section 3. The 4 leadership pillars. These are the practical tools the sculptor uses every single day.
Chiara Parazzini's framework breaks this down into 4 distinct areas to master. First is plus being, which is holding a strongly positive vision of what someone can become. Then plus we, meaning you give tangible, active support. Third is plus discipline, focusing on daily habits. And finally, plus positive chemistry, which actually taps into the biology of belief. It perfectly aligns your good intentions with your everyday actions.
What's really key here is the focus on small, recurring acts. We're talking about targeted praise, thoughtful delegation, and consistent feedback. Liberating talent, it is definitely not a one-and-done grand gesture that you save up for an annual review. It's a daily discipline.
And get this? Authentic trust actually changes our biology. It's not just a nice to have. Cultivating a supportive environment triggers oxytocin and dopamine in your team's brains. That physically reduces their stress response and preserves the precious emotional and physical energy they absolutely need to perform. You're not just improving their mood, you are fundamentally optimizing their biology for sustainable success. How cool is that?
Now let's jump to Section 4, growth is reciprocal. This brings us to perhaps the most rewarding part of this whole approach.
Because guess what? This isn't just a one-way street benefiting the employee. Researchers call this the self-expansion theory.
It basically means that when you pour yourself into supporting a team's growth, your own sense of self, your leadership confidence, and your purpose expand right along with theirs. By dedicating yourself to liberating others, you naturally elevate your own capabilities.
So the absolute biggest takeaway here is that helping people flourish isn't just some soft, gentler alternative to driving hard performance. It is the deepest, most enduring root of it. You do not have to manufacture the potential. The talent is already there. It just requires a leader with the vision to see it and the discipline to uncover it.
As we wrap up this explainer on the Michelangelo effect, I want you to look around your own workplace. Consider the marble blocks in your office and ask yourself, who are you liberating today? What obstacles can you subtract right now to let your team's true potential shine through? Get out there, keep sculpting, and thanks so much for joining me.